Welcome back to Double Masters 2022 Live Draft Edition. In our opening pack here, we've got Aurelia the War Leader, which is just a hasty, like not Rage Reflection, World at War effect. We have Mizzix of the Ismagnus. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell with mana value greater than the number of experience counters you currently have, get an experience counter. Instants and sorceries you cast cost 1 less to cast for each experience counter you have. So I think, they do overlap. Probably the pick is to just take these. I think I could draft a theoretically stronger deck by taking like Aurelia and a Lava Coil, or Aurelia and like Seeker of the Way, but I don't really want to do that. So we'll just take the Mythics and see what's open. Okay, pick 2. We're gonna take, let's see. Our options are like Living Lightning, Pirate's Pillage. Settle Beyond Reality is actually quite strong. I wonder if Settle Beyond Reality and Aurelia is a combo. Because if you flicker Aurelia and she attacks again, it's the first time that turn that permanent attacked, right? I also think that this card has actually been like crazy good value every time I've seen it cast in this format. Splinter Fright, we're nowhere near the Sultai colors. Carnarium is nice. We could take Carnarium, actually. That would help us splash if we wanted to. If we wanted to play like Grixis or Mardu. It also helps us get up to like our larger mana costs, which is a big deal. I'm going to take Settle Beyond Reality, though. I really like the removal. Alright, this is going to be a little trickier. So, Jeskai is sort of a prowess aggro deck. So I think the pick here is going... Or Naya is heroic. Jeskai is prowess. So like the Boros is the like self-targeting cast part of it. I could take Deep Analysis. Deep Analysis is good with Mizzix. This is a great card to refuel your hand. I look to be a little bit more on the controlling side of things at the moment with the cards that I've taken. Jet Ski. Yeah, Jeskai. I'm going to take the Deep Analysis. Drawing cards is fun. Alright, Conqueror's Flail seems good. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. As long as it's attached to a creature, your opponents cannot cast spells on your turn. Yeah, I'll take it. It just seems good. Okay. So let's see, there's an Aether Mage's Touch. I'm not sure how we get value out of this other than maybe having, like, enter the battlefield effect creatures. Like this Relief Captain. There's a Washout, which is sort of a board wipe. I didn't even see it. I just see 28 messages deleted by a moderator. Oh no. Conqueror's Flail plus Child of Alara is sort of a combo, yes. I could try and draft 5 color. I would need to pick a ton of fixing. I'll take Child of Alara and we'll see if we can get the fixing. So if I'm going to do 5 color, my picks here either has to be Summer Bloom or Coiling Oracle. Ulashed is pretty good, but you're kidding, it's bad? Well, maybe. If I'm not doing this, I would be taking, like, Forbidden Alchemy. I'm going to take the Coiling Oracle. We're going to speculate on this. Maybe playing a 5-color deck. Basically, if we get enough Karoo lands and we get enough Rampant Growths, we can actually play 5-color quite effectively in this format. I would play Carnarium in any deck that is playing Aurelia, and it makes Child of Alara easier to cast, so I'll take it. Selesnya Sanctuary is good for the same reason. Ground Assault is pretty good, but let's just start taking all the fixing we can find. Okay. Out of this pack, Momentary Blink. I do have Settle Beyond Reality. We could go for a Blink sub-theme. That'd be great. It's good with Coiling Oracle. The other option is Chronicler of Heroes, which could draw us cards. I'm going to go with the Blink, actually. I feel like Blink's got a little more value to it. Pirate's Pillage is quite good. Just cashing in a card we can't play for 2 treasures and 2 cards is great. Martial Glory is for aggro purposes. Otherwise, I can take Cryptic Spires, which is just a tap land that we can choose the colors it's going to be. I'm going to take the Pirate's Pillage. Battlefield Promotion, if we're doing the Jeskai or like Naya aggro plan, Battlefield Promotion's the pick we take. Sensor Splicer is great with our Flicker cards. It's also on color for us, so I will take Sensor Splicer. Aether Mage's Touch is great with Coiling Oracle and Sensor Splicer, and is in those colors, so we're going to take it. Summer Bloom came around. We'll take Summer Bloom. And Aven Initiate into the side. Okay. Okay. So Krasis is great. Green Sun Zenith is also great for, like, Child of Alara. I wouldn't mind Path. I obviously would not mind, like, another Settle or Momentary Blink, but we're taking these. Krasis and Zenith are just great. We got a River Hoopoe? River Hoopoe? Nephalia Smuggler is, like, the Blink card. So, like, maybe we're actually Bant and can just, like, splash red. Marchesa seems good. But if we're playing the ramp deck, the Hoopoe is better. Yeah, we'll take that. Chancery is great. Teferi's Protection's good. There's a Muldrifter. I'm going to take the Chancery because I have a Summer Bloom effect. And I want a bunch of bounce lands if that's the case. The Muldrifter is really good and we have Flicker cards. Let's take the Muldrifter. I see a lot of Blink cards coming around, so I'm good with that. Let's see, Militia Bugler can get Sensor Splicer, Muldrifter, River Hoopoe, Coiling Oracle, Hydroid Krasis, just about everything. Let's take the Bugler. We may have to play this Aven Initiate. I don't really want to, but it's a possibility. Bring to Light. There is a Mercfiend Liege. For playing 5-color, Bring to Light can go get whatever the best card in our deck is, except for Aurelia. Otherwise, I can take Aether Snipe is a great flicker target. It's also like pseudo removal. I think I'm going to go with the Aether Snipe. I do want some Cryptic Spires. But I was hoping to hit more Rampant Growths or land replays. There's a Drogskull Reaver. There's also a Cold Steel Heart, which is fixing and ramp. Whenever you gain life, draw a card. I have a couple ways to gain life. I could see this functioning as top end. I'd really like this Cold Steel Heart, because we already have a bunch of like random ways to win, but let's go with the Drogskull Reaver. Innistrad All-Star Drogskull Reaver. Bant Charm seems good, so does Deep Analysis. Traveler's Amulet's not bad. Wind Quaddle is both a removal spell and a flyer. I really want to take Deep Analysis, though. I've got a feeling that we're going to need to, like, ramp and then draw a bunch of cards, so I'm going to take the Deep Analysis here. Cryptic Spires. I will take Cryptic Spires. I'm amazed to see that there's still this many going this late. We're not going to be aggressive enough for most of these other cards. God's Willing wouldn't be bad, though. I do like me some Momentary Blink for this deck. I will take that. Nephalia Smuggler came around, as did another Aether Snipe and Sensor Splicer, so we are definitely in the open lane. I will be taking the Smuggler, though. We don't have that effect yet. Another Momentary Blink. Then we have, like, all the Blink we'll ever need. I don't really know what to take here. I guess Stitchwing, though I'm probably not playing it. Maybe a... well, it's a flyer. We'll take the Aven Initiate. Spell Pierce can go to the side, and we get a Winged Quaddle, so we're definitely in the open lane now. Alright, last pack. There is a Dimir Aqueduct, a Breakthrough, an Aether Snipe. There is a Wasitora Necro Queen, a Joda Archmage Eternal. Create an Egg token with Defender. Nest Tender. I mean, that's a way to cheat out creatures. I think I need to take the Aqueduct and the Aether Snipe. Why is Tarek censored? Oh, Sigma likes timing him out. Tarek likes being timed out. I don't know. I don't really ask. Oh, we need to take the Aqueduct and the Elvish Rejuvenator. Those are the cards we need. There's a Rampant Growth. We're definitely going to go for the Rampant Growth here. There's a Basilica that's kind of off color for us. Cryptic Spires. There's Intet the Dreamer. That's actually a pretty decent reason to run a little bit of red, which we were kind of looking for anyway. I think we just take the Cryptic Spires, though. Anything we can do to make our mana better at this point. Like, if I put all of this stuff on the side and we have an accurate count here, we have some high power stuff. I'll take Intet. We'll see if I'm actually going to play him, though. Another Summer Bloom's kind of funny. Though that will almost certainly wheel. I'll take the Elvish Rejuvenator. Because, like, if nothing else, flickering this card is good. Yeah, we'll take the Rejuvenator over the Liege. I'd really like to Settle Beyond Reality, but... Coiling Oracle here is great. Tusk Guard Captain. Let's see. I think we're going to take the Cryptic Spires. Yeah, we just want to make our mana better because our color requirements are pretty awful. I can take a Magister Sphinx, which is not a bad thing to ramp into. I can take another Deep Analysis, which I probably don't want. I can take a Cryptic Spires, or I can take a Sensor Splicer. Sensor Splicer is just a good flicker target. We can get it with Militia Bugler, so there's some synergy. How many flicker targets do we have? 2 Coiling Oracles, 2 Elvish Rejuvenators, a Militia Bugler, Muldrifter, Aether Snipe, Intet, and that's it. I'm going to go with the Sensor Splicer over the Magister Sphinx. I don't know if that's correct, though. Kali of the Vast. I'll take the Deadly Recluse. This is kind of like sideboarding a Plummet. Privileged Position came around. I'll take Cryptic Spires, though. There's a lot of interesting, weird stuff happening on this channel, I suppose. We'll take, I guess, an Eel Umbra as a combat trick. God's Willing is really the only card in this pack we would actually play. So we'll take God's Willing. We could protect something that way. Now I can either take another Flash Death Touch Flyer, or I can take another Summer Bloom. Summer Bloom is hilarious, but we only have 3 Karoo lands, so I think I'm going to go with... You know what? If there was ever a Summer Bloom deck, it's this one. We're going to take it. Take the Aven Initiate, put the Advanced Stitchwing in the sideboard, because this probably isn't the deck for it. We're going to try and make it work. We're gonna be drawing a bunch of cards off of like our Muldrifter flickers and stuff like that. Okay, let me look at this. We have a lot of white cards, a lot of blue cards, 1 red card, probably a couple of red cards. But we can get basic mountains for those because we have Rampant Growth, Elvish Rejuvenator, stuff like that. So let's make these our core colors. We'll go white, green, white, blue, and blue, green. So white, blue, white, green, and green, blue. Okay, we gotta cut a bunch of cards, though. So, the Aven Initiates are not that great. They're kind of filler creatures for us. I really like Intet, especially because it's green. We can Green Sun Zenith for it if we just ramp and have Green Sun Zenith. We don't have a lot of Zenith targets otherwise that are actually good unless I run Child of Alara, which is not... I'm not above doing that, I just don't know that it's a good idea. This is not a Battlefield Promotion deck, probably. Aether Mage's Touch, this is like a weird slow flicker off the top of the deck. I can't really cut the Krasis, Aether Snipe, Intet, or Reaver. So anything I cut needs to be from below that. Probably this God's Willing. I probably do only have room for 1 Summer's Bloom. Conqueror's Flail seems fine. We have a lot of multicolored stuff, so it's like actually somewhat powerful. Maximum bonus of +4/+4 with Intet on the battlefield. Need to trim 2 more cards at least, and likely 3, because this seems like it's going to be a 17 land deck. Unfortunately, I don't think I can run Aurelia, because Aurelia has double red, and I just don't know how likely that is to happen. We're a blink deck, so basically we don't touch these cards. Rampant Growth we need for fixing. Deep Analysis and Muldrifter we'll need for drawing. Green Sun Zenith is not that great, but it will always give us some amount of value, and we do have like cheap Green Sun Zenith targets that are worth it. Plus this shuffles back in so we can cast it again later. Maybe I do get rid of Summer Bloom. I really wanted this to work, but I don't know. I gotta cut 1, more than likely 2 cards, but I'm surprised we didn't see another Aether Snipe. I would feel a lot better about my creatures if I'd gotten one. Maybe I do cut a Deep Analysis. I don't want to run 16 lands, but maybe with the 3 bounce lands it's a little better. We have a basic mountain. We have a mountain and a Carnarium to cast Intet, and we have Green Sun Zenith to help cheat it out. We have Rejuvenators, Rampant Growth, Coiling Oracles to help with our lands. Alright, we got it. We're Banta-ish ramp. Let's see what happens. Kano will likely go 3-0. I highly doubt this. Alright, here we go. Round 1. Alright. Oh, well, we've got Intet Green Sun Zenith, but we do have... we will have the ability to flicker stuff relatively soon, so I think we go for it. Opponent leads on Cryptic Spires. We draw Conqueror's Flail, play a Forest. Okay. Opponent plays an Island and plays a Jeskai Elder. We untap and draw Aether Snipe. So play Carnarium, bounce the Forest, pass turn, and I'm going to discard Momentary Blink, even though that's really going to tell them what I'm doing. Yeah, discard Momentary Blink. Opponent untaps. They play a Swamp. They attack us for 1. We take 1. They get to loot. They put Advanced Stitchwing into the grave. And play a Sidraxis Spectre. We untap and draw Sensor Splicer. So cast Green Sun Zenith X2. Get a Coiling Oracle. Coiling Oracle puts an island onto the battlefield, which is pretty fantastic. Okay, opponent plays a land. They attack us for 4. We don't block. We will have to discard. So we're going to go ahead and discard... Opponent loots first. They discard Marchesa, which is interesting because they can cast her. We're going to discard Conqueror's Flail. We untap. We draw Momentary Blink. Not exactly what I wanted, but play Cryptic Spires. And pass the turn. So we're going to flashback Momentary Blink on Coiling Oracle. Or just in response to removal or something. I can put the record back up now. Okay, opponent ditches Stormfleet, Pyromancer, and Island to return Advanced Stitchwing from their grave to the battlefield. They untap. They draw a card. They go to combat. They attack us for 7. So we block. Flashback Momentary Blink. Okay. We draw a card, putting Dimir Aqueduct into play, picking up an island. Good night, Sigma. Have a good time. We're going to discard Sensor Splicer. We untap. We draw a mountain. Play an island. And let's evoke Aether Snipe. Actually, can I just cast it? No, not quite. Evoke Aether Snipe. We'll bounce the Sidraxis Spectre. Blink Aether Snipe. Bounce Advanced Stitchwing. Then I guess hit our opponent for 1. We gotta start doing damage somehow. Okay, opponent goes down to 19. They untap. And they tap for black. They're going to disfigure Aether Snipe. And then Charm It to deal damage. And then hit us for 3 and loot. And they're going to pitch their Advanced Stitchwing. Okay. We untap. We draw a Momentary Blink. So, play a mountain. Play Intet the Dreamer. Pass the turn. We have Momentary Blink to protect it. He's a pretty high value kill target. His opponent is going to attempt to capture Sphere. Momentary Blink. So capture Sphere fizzles. Then they pass. We untap. We draw a forest. Go to combat. Attack for 6. Exile the top card of our library face down. Can I only cast it without paying its mana cost? Because that kind of sucks. Yep. Okay, well, that didn't work out all that well. Pass the turn, I guess. Actually, let's go ahead and exile Jeskai Elder and Flicker Coiling Oracle. We draw another Coiling Oracle. Fantastic. Opponent untaps. Okay, opponent plays a Seeker Squire, revealing Thraximundar. They put him in the grave. We untap. We draw an island. Play an island. Go to combat. And attack for 6. Okay, pay for Intet. We hit a Plains. Cast Coiling Oracle. Opponent is going to Agony Warp to kill Coiling Oracle. I could Momentary Blink that one, but I'm not going to. Green Sun Zenith. I can go get a River Hoopoe? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just dump our mana into this and see what we can go grab. Yeah, let's get the bird, because the bird can start gaining us life. And it's just like a ton of value. I'm totally fine chumping with Coiling Oracle here. Yeah, we can draw 2 cards and gain 4 life a turn if we want now. And we do have 7 damage in the air if my opponent doesn't have another removal spell. We can just attack with Intet and the bird. And opponent scoops. Nice. Too much value. Love it. Let's run it back. Yeah, man, if Flicker plays are like high risk, high reward if you're doing them like off of evoke creatures and stuff, because either you just like 2-for-1 yourself or like 3-for-1 your opponent. Because like if my opponent had a Terminate in response to that Aether Snipe play we made, we would have just been done. Because my opponent would have had still 4 power in the air and just replayed their other high power flyer. Okay. We got Rampant Growth, we got Rejuvenator, we got Sensor Splicer. I like it. Opponent starts on an Izzet tap land. We draw Green Sun Zenith, that's good. Opponent plays a Swamp. We draw Deep Analysis. Rampant Growth. Let's get a Mountain. Okay, opponent plays an Island. Into an Ingenious Scob. We draw Cryptic Spires, so let's cast Elvish Rejuvenator. Put Sanctuary into play. Pick up the Forest. Replay the Forest. Pass the turn. I don't really want to chump here, but I will if I have to, for some reason. Okay, opponent Pirates Pillage. It has Prowess. Okay, so we're going to take a bunch of damage here, that's fine. We untap. We draw a River Hoopoe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I need 6 mana this turn? If I play Cryptic Spires, I can Green Sun for Intet next turn. So let's play Cryptic Spires tapped and River Hoopoe. Then we can try and go for a Blink play on the Rejuvenator. Or use Blink to protect the bird. Okay, opponent plays a land. They're going to Augur Spree to kill the bird. Blink the bird. Okay, they're going to double removal. That's fine. Because we still have half a card here. So we're going to take 4. Go to 13. Untap. We draw another Momentary Blink. So play a Plains. Green Sun X all of our mana. Get Intet the Dreamer. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a land. I'm not gonna block Mainly because I don't want to get down to one creature and then have to be, like, edicted by Thraxamundar or something. They have Marchesa. And a Jeskai Elder. We untap. We draw Green Sun Zenith. I don't think I have anything that flickers to gain life. Opponent only has one card in hand. So let's go to combat. Attack for 6. I am going to pay for this. We've got a free momentary blink now. That's pretty good. So let's... How do I want to do this? I think we Green Sun here. 1 mana, or 2 mana versus 3 mana is fine. There's nothing we're going to hold up mana for. I do like our Death Touch creature here. Kind of want a Coiling Oracle, but we'll just get the Winged Quaddle. Make them think twice about attacking. They're never going to see a momentary blink coming. It's pretty nuts. They are going to domesticate my Winged Quaddle and get some prowess triggers. Oh, I can only do this if I control the creature. So we'll just blink that now. And opponent has a Stagger Shock for it. Alright. So opponent has a Stagger Shock coming in on their upkeep, which means I'm going to have to block this Ingenious Scob to just prevent maximum damage. Okay, they get to loot if they want to. They have 0 cards in hand, so they don't. We untap. We draw Militia Bugler. I'm going to go ahead and play a Sensor Splicer. Attack them for 6. Not going to pay for Intet. And I think I'm just going to blink this now, just to have another blocker. So Stagger Shock comes in. I guess maybe I should have let them target something other than my face, maybe. But, because now if they draw removal, I'm actually dead. I guess that wasn't the smartest play. Yep, that's removal. You can block here, and take 3. Okay. Opponent got us. That was kind of a silly play on my part. Not entirely sure if that was a punt. But let's run it back. Maybe I should be running Child of Alara. I am technically 5 colors. And we draw Green Sun Zenith a lot. Okay, we'll play first. That's a mulligan. This will actually work. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to put back a Militia Bugler. Yeah, sometimes they do just have it. Play a forest, pass the turn. Hey, Krawmonket, how's it going? Opponent plays a swamp. Draw an island. Let's go with the Aqueduct. I want to go and get Coiling Oracle next turn. Okay, opponent plays an island. We untap. We draw Hydroid Krasis. That's also going to be a good backup plan. So let's Green Sun Zenith for Coiling Oracle. Tron League went alright. Coiling Oracle. We draw... They disfigure it immediately. That's fine. We get another Coiling Oracle. Perfect. Pass the turn. Okay. I would really like to get white mana. Opponent plays a red land. And they play an Ingenious Scob. We untap. We draw a forest. So play an island. Play Coiling Oracle. We hit a plains. Perfect. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a tap land, goes to combat. Attacks for 2. We're going to chump and attempt to blink. Like, if they use removal on this, they're using removal on a 1/1 that, like, might be an Explorer. And I'm totally okay with that, because that means they're not going to have removal for when I cast, like, I don't know, Krasis. And once again, Momentary Blink is literally only half a card, because it's got Flashback, which is pretty fantastic. We untap, we draw Elvish Rejuvenator. So play a forest. Play the Rejuvenator. We do whiff, which is a bit unfortunate. Then pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays land. They play a Bloodwater entity. They put Augur Spree on top of their deck. They attack us for 2. Okay. So we block and blink. We get a Carnarium, which lets us pick up a forest. Take no damage. And then opponent plays a Seeker Squire, revealing Augur Spree. And they leave it on top. We untap. We draw a forest. Play a forest. And I think we just cast a big Krasis. So we draw 3 cards, gain 3 life, and have a 6/6. Or an 8/8. It's a 6/6. Pass the turn. So now if we block something, they can use the block and Augur Spree to trade, which is fine. Because that means we get to eliminate their scariest creature. Which, it is kind of the Scob. I have enough value I can trade this off. Bloodwater Entity, there's like some loop potential, but it's a slow loop. So we're gonna kill off the Scob here. Okay, Augur Spree, Prowess. We trade, take some damage. Untap. We draw Cryptic Spires. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play a Plains. Play Sensor Splicer. Make a token. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Pass the turn. We'll just blink this now, I guess. They'd have to have another piece of instant speed removal. Okay, opponent has a Skeleton Archer, so they can take out the 1/1. They attack us for 2, that's fine. We go to 16. Untap. We draw Winged Quaddle. So, go to combat. Attack for 6. They go to 13. Play a forest. Play a Hoopoe. Pass the turn. Opponent casts a Forbidden Alchemy, getting a Prowess trigger, that's fine. They left up Terminate mana. They did dump an Advanced Stitchwing. Not that I think that really matters. I don't think they'll be able to get it back with any reasonable certainty. Do I want to go for the Winged Quaddle play? Actually think I do. Flash in Winged Quaddle. And we'll block down the Bloodwater entity. Okay. We untap. We draw a Militia Bugler. Go Bugling. We whiff. Play a Cryptic Spires. Go to combat. Attack like this. Deep Analysis. Get a Drogskull Reaver. That's gotta be fun. Pass the turn. I think the Blink deck might be good, and it's not easily obvious that the deck is open when you're drafting. I only knew to draft this deck, or only knew how to draft this deck, because I got absolutely decimated by it in one of the earlier ones of these that I played. So, moving on to round 2. First round in our pocket. That's pretty satisfying. Alright, round 2, here we go. Thank you, Tarek. Well, we don't really have anything to flicker, but we have a lot of blink spells, and we have mana. Opponent leads on a Pillar of the Perins. Okay, there's something to blink. Play an island, pass the turn. Opponent plays a forest. We draw a mountain. Play an aqueduct. Pick the island back up. Discard the island. Probably shouldn't have actually done that, but... Okay, Tamer colors. Opponent has an Animar. would like to kill the Animar, please. I cannot kill the Animar. So, play a mountain. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a Traveler's Amulet. Sacks it. Gets a Swamp. We get hit for 1. Untap, we draw a Forest. So, play a Forest. Deep Analysis. Okay, pass the turn. And I'm going to discard Momentary Blink. Opponent goes to combat, attacks us for 1, we go to 18, and we untap. We draw Plains, play a Plains, play a Coiling Oracle, we get an island, so we Momentary Blink out of the grave, and we get a Elvish Rejuvenator, okay? Pass the turn, opponent untaps, they do not attack. We untap and draw Plains. So play a Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play Drogskull Reaver, or I can play Muldrifter and hold up Momentary Blink, which is pretty sweet. So I'm going to cast Muldrifter. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent has a Winged Quaddle. That's fine. Pass the turn. We'll discard this Cryptic Spires, because we're not going to need it. Let me go check on the dog. He's whining for something. A silly dog. I'm in the basement, and there's some dirty laundry that fell out of a basket on the stairs. And he's like, I don't know what's on the stairs, and I don't know how to get around it. A goofy dog, man. Okay. Opponent is playing Food Chain. That's kind of scary. So we are going to block Animar, and then blink Muldrifter. Maximum value. Get an Aether Snipe, so that's kind of cool. We untap. We draw an Nephalia Smuggler. I don't have enough. I don't have the right mana to evoke Aether Snipe and then flicker it immediately. I can just cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can play the Hoopoe and Aether Snipe, or Smuggler and Aether Snipe this turn. That's not bad. I do want to bounce that Animar, because it's starting to get into, like, crazy cost reduction mode. So we'll play a 4/4, bounce Animar, and then let's go with the Smuggler. The Smuggler, like, represents some pretty horrendously evil shenanigans if allowed to exist. Hit them for 2 in the air, pass the turn. Opponent plays a mountain. Replays Animar. Then does nothing. We untap. We draw Sensor Splicer. Play a Plains. Let's play a River Hoopoe. And a Militia Bugler. Get a Rejuvenator. Go to our opponent's turn. They play a Plains, and then they're casting something. Dragon Arch. Okay. So on my opponent's end step, let's flicker Aether Snipe. We will bounce Winged Quaddle. Untap. Draw Selesnya Sanctuary. Flicker Aether Snipe. Bounce Dragon Arch. Play Selesnya Sanctuary. Pick up a forest. Go to combat. And attack for 3 in the air. Then pass the turn. We still have access to a Momentary Blink as well. Okay, the sorcery speed winged quaddle into play. This is likely to get a cost reduction for a 5-drop. Shattergang Brothers. That would be an annoying creature if allowed to continue existing. Okay. So pass to our opponent's end step. And let's Aether Mage's Touch. See if we hit anything good. Sensor Splicer is like kind of good. Make a Golem. Untap. Draw Green Sun Zenith. We can go get Intet if we want to. Let's play a Forest. Flicker Aether Snipe. Bounce the Quaddle. Go to combat. Hit them in the air for 3. I'm just going to replay Drogskull. Or I'm going to play out Drogskull Reaver. I mean, if my opponent has a Wrath, that's probably going to be bad for us, but we just picked up Sensor Splicer again. I did tap out of my Blink spells, so if they have single target removal, like this is their turn to cast it. And they play Winged Quaddle. That Animar is getting pretty big. They play Psychic Symbiont. So we have to discard, they get to draw. We discard Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay. We untap. We draw Rampant Growth. So Flicker Aether Snipe. Bounce Psychic Symbiont. Flicker Aether Snipe. Bounce Winged Quaddle. Go to combat. Attack for 9 in the air, which is going to draw us 2 cards and gain us 6 life. We draw our own Winged Quaddle, play an island, and pass the turn. Okay, they replay Winged Quaddle, make Animar bigger. All of their creatures cost 5 less. This is going to be Psychic Symbiont. Yep. Okay. The biggest Animar I've ever personally witnessed that hasn't killed somebody. I'm sure other people have had bigger, but it's the biggest one I've ever seen. Now we're going to ditch Rampant Growth. Okay, opponent plays an Elvish Rejuvenator. Puts a land into play. Traveler's Amulet. They sack it. I can't imagine they actually have anything else that's going to impact the board, though. Okay, flash in our own Winged Quaddle. Untap. We draw a Momentary Blink. Flicker Aether Snipe. Yep. Alright, cool. Oh, he's not down here. Porter, you're a good boy. Sorry about that. He is around. He was just down here, but he was struggling over a discarded piece of laundry that was sitting on the basement steps that had fallen off of the laundry basket as it was being carried down. It was really funny. He was standing at the bottom and he was whining, and he was whining in such a way that like I thought maybe he had like stepped on something or his paw was really hurting. And I get over there and he's just like, "Dad, there's a piece of laundry on the stairs. I don't know what it is. It looks scary." Then I had to, as soon as I move it, he's like, "Okay, see ya," and leaves. Such a pansy of a dog. I love him so much. Agreed. Poor pup. Some of the noises that I hear him make when he's just like in terror are like you're like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong?" It sounds like someone's beating you, and it's just like, "Dad, the elderly dachshund won't let me by. She's bullying me." And it's like, dude, you purposefully were being aggressive, trying to get her to play, and then you dropped your toy on the wrong side of her, and she cut you off, and now you can't reach it. And it's like, that's what you're upset about. It seems like a good hand. Coiling Oracle is a fantastic play on turn 2. We draw Green Sun Zenith, which, if we hit a third land, and we are more than likely to, we can get another Coiling Oracle, we can get a Elvish Rejuvenator. Opponent plays Rampant Growth, which is good for them. They get a Plains. We untap. We draw Aether Mage's Touch, play an island. Coiling Oracle. Coiling Oracle hits a Cryptic Spires. That's pretty good. That is also a white source, in case we want a Momentary Blink. Opponent plays a land and Food Chain. We untap. We draw an Nephalia Smuggler. I'm going to Green Sun Zenith here for another Coiling Oracle, because I really want to hit another land. Nice! Did not miss our land drop this turn. Hit him for 1. So if my opponent like does a Food Chain combo up into something big, I can just Ether Snipe it. We draw Hydroid Krasis. I do not have double blue for Aether Snipe. I can... what can I do here? Probably just cast Deep Analysis and play a land. Rune is, well, pretty rude, but I could also try and Aether Mage's Touch something, but I'm not sure what I could hit that would be a good Enters the Battlefield trigger off the top. I think we just cast Deep Analysis and hope to play a land. Okay, we can play a land. It's going to be a Cryptic Spires, I think, to stay in our colors here at the moment. Pass the turn. We get hit for 4. They add a bunch of red mana to cast an Ulamog. Whoa. Okay. I hope they don't blow up a blue source. They do. I hope I draw a blue source. Otherwise, I think I'm done. I think I'm dead. Because my only out is Aether Snipe. And I don't have double blue. And I'm only at 5 mana. I only have the 1 Aether Snipe. I don't have a way to cheat it into play from hand. Aether Mage's Touch, I don't think could grab anything. I can't put enough permanent... Can I put enough permanents on board to deal with the Annihilator trigger? I might be able to. Not really. Let's see. Momentary Blink Coiling Oracle. Get a redraw. Can we hit a Plains? Then we can play a Plains. Then I can Aether Mage's Touch on my opponent's turn. And then only have to sack 1 land. But I'm taking a ton of damage. This opponent goes to combat. They attack. Aether Mage's Touch. We whiff. Oh no. Okay. Say goodbye to our Coiling Oracles. A Forest and a Plains, I guess. Yeah, maybe I was just supposed to play out creatures. Or like, by creatures I mean Nephalia Smuggler. What could they need this much mana for? Emrakul! You can't just Emrakul me! Oh my gosh. Opponent has 2 Eldrazi Titans and a Food Chain. That's nuts. Can I do anything about this? Not really. I guess I have Spell Pierce, but like, opponent is also ramping. And Spell Pierce is only good against Food Chain, like it. I guess I should be playing Child of Alara. Because I can Green Sun Zenith it mainly. That is quite rough. I'm gonna cut Conqueror's Flail for Child of Alara. Put your head in your hands and cry. Well, it's not like my 1 out. My out to that was like developing mana before my opponent could, but... alright, I'll keep this. It's not amazing, but we do have, like, a game plan here. So, play Cryptic Spires, pass the turn. Opponent also plays the same color Cryptic Spires. We draw Nephalia Smuggler. We have green-blue, white-green, We need to get red or black off rampant growth, so I think what we do is get red, because that's the only other color we can get right now. Then we can play Elvish Reclaimer into Selesnya Sanctuary next turn. Opponent plays another tap land. Draw Aether Mage's Touch. Oops. Sack Ulamog, cast Emrakul. No kidding. Elvish Rejuvenator. We get a Dimir Aqueduct, which is our black mana. Pick up our island. Play Selesnya Sanctuary. Pick up our mountain. Pass the turn. Well, we're going to have a lot of mana. And if our opponent plays Food Chain, we can just bounce it for a turn. Okay, they play Elvish Rejuvenator. Putting a mountain into play. We untap. So we're going to go ahead and cast Child of Alara and Nephalia Smuggler. Pass the turn. They play Dragon Arch, so that's going to have to go. We draw a Momentary Blink. So we play an island, go to combat, and attack for 6. Opponent does not block. Child of Alara does have trample. So then we evoke Ether Snipe, bouncing Dragon's Arch, flicker Ether Snipe, bounce Rejuvenator. This does give them another opportunity to ramp, but if they're just replaying a 3-mana 1/1, we're probably okay. It may have already passed. I'm not sure, because I don't know all the tournaments you can use those QPs for. I know one of them that you could use the QPs for passed, so it's possible it's already gone, but I don't know if there's going to be more or not. I really can't keep track of it, because it's always named something different. Okay, so let's go to combat. Attack for 10. Okay, opponent chumps the 4/4, that's fine. They take 6. Let's go ahead and blink the Ether Snipe. Bounce Animar. I'm not going to play the Carnarium this turn. It's hard, like, Moto information is really hard to find for, like, no reason at all. I feel your pain. I'm griping about it for the same reason. I just wish I could help. Opponent plays Cedrus, the Traitor King. We just momentary blink this and then they die. Because Flicker OP. Nice! So that was a 2-1 win. Okay. Moving on to round 3, we are undefeated. Classic WotC. I know. This is like... They make a fantastic game, but they are a very confusing company. Sometimes it seems like they really hit the nail on the head with stuff, and then they stop doing it immediately. Alright, round 3, here we go. We are on the draw for round 3. That's got to be a mulligan, I think. Much better. We do have green mana, which is fantastic, so I'm going to put back, I guess, an island. Maybe I was supposed to play the island and the smuggler out first, but that's going to kind of announce what I'm doing. Opponent plays a forest. We'll play Cryptic Spires. Opponent plays a swamp into a Glowspore Shaman. We draw Selesnya Sanctuary, so let's play the Smuggler. And we're going to play the Selesnya Sanctuary, because that way I can play like an untapped land into Elvish Rejuvenator next turn. Attack us for 3, no blocks. And they cast a Rampant Growth. Did they not put a land on top? Okay, they did actually put a, I think it was a Cryptic Spires back on top of their deck. Okay, we draw a Momentary Blink. So play a Plains. Play Elvish Rejuvenator. We will put a Forest into play. Hit our opponent for 1. Opponent untaps. They attack us for 3. They have a Gave Guru of Spores. Well, that's going to be a pain in the butt. How am I going to deal with this? I will trade the 1-1 for the 3-1 here. Can we get a Sensor Splicer? It's not my birthday, MC Tot, but thank you. Let's replay Cryptic Spires, I guess? Yeah, we'll play Cryptic Spires. Pass the turn. We're going to be taking a bunch of damage here. Fireflight Limited, thank you for rating. Party of 5, much appreciated. We're taking 5, going to 12. And thank you for following, I really appreciate that. Opponent plays a Makeshift Mauler, exiling a Glowspore Shaman. We untap. We draw another Momentary Blink. It's not my birthday. Oh my gosh. Do not believe anyone in this chat if they say it's my birthday. It is not my birthday. Okay, we get a Sensor Splicer and a token. Play Dimir Aqueduct, and we're going to pick up a Plains. Pass the turn.
Happy birthday!
I am tormented. No! Dick record, not YouTube. My birthday is in April. It already happened this year. Opponent makes a Saproling token. Makes another Saproling token. I don't know if I'll be able to make enough Sensor Splicer tokens here. We'll chump a Spore here. It's not my birthday, oh my gosh. And I'm not 30. I'm 28. Opponent's probably going to sack that Saproling to just stack the damage back up, I imagine. I can't say with certainty. I'm taking like a minimum of 9 here. They're paying costs for something, and I don't know what it is. Okay, they did sack the token again. I like how the people that show up assimilate immediately into the memes that people have about me. Okay, Aether Snipe actually helps a ton. So I can play a Plains, go to combat, attack for 3. Does it? That might be a thing you can use QPs on. We'll hit him for 3. Then evoke Aether Snipe. We will bounce Makeshift Mauler. Momentary Blink Aether Snipe. Opponent's going to dump to make a bunch of Saprolings. I could just bounce a Saproling token, but I will bounce Gave here. Okay, so they're going to make a bunch of Saproling tokens, probably because they're just going to replay him next turn. But he is 5 mana, so that's going to be most of what they're doing for the turn. Okay. Opponent untaps. They replay Gave. They play a Swamp. So it's block here and block here. So they're going to put a 1-1 counter there. I think that was a mistake. I think they were trying to go the other direction. Opponent is thinking hard. Making a new Saproling. What are they doing? Do they not know how Gave works? I'm going to be taking 1 here. Sure. We're going to blink the Sensor Splicer. Make another new Golem. Opponent scoops! Wow, okay. I did not expect them to scoop. I thought I was on the ropes there. I'm going to bring in Child of Alara, and I'm going to drop... What did I get rid of last time? Conqueror's Flail. Let's go. Yeah, this seems alright. We'll be able to reload our hand pretty fast with a Militia Bugler. We'll have untapped green and blue after the fact. So we're keeping. Opponent plays an island. We draw Elvish Rejuvenator, which is pretty good. Play Plains. We might actually lead on to that. I'm not 100%. They play a Forest and immediately Rampant Growth. Getting a Plains. Draw Winged Quaddle. Well, I don't want to discard to hand size, so we'll just play a tap land. Pass the turn. Opponent plays their own tap land. We draw Settle Beyond Reality, which is an excellent removal spell. Play a Forest. Play Elvish Rejuvenator. Opponent Forbidden Alchemies in response. We'll take Dimir Aqueduct and pick up a Plains. Pass the turn. This does let me have Settle Beyond Reality if they play Gave here. Or a Webweaver Changeling, really. We draw an Nephalia Smuggler. We can play a Selesnya Sanctuary now. Picking up a Plains. Pass the turn. So much value. Blink is so broken. They play a Dregmangler. They get in for damage. No blocks. We untap. We draw a Forest. So we play an island. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Then play Militia Bugler. Take Muldrifter. Play Nephalia Smuggler. And pass the turn. It's like I feel like I'm playing like medium commons and uncommons, and I just have a bunch of blink effects. It's just so strong. Flash and Winged Quaddle. And block. They have a combat trick they're going to use for this. Agony Warp to kill Smuggler. Okay. We untap. We draw a mountain. So we play a mountain. We go to combat. We attack for 3. Then we can just cast Muldrifter and have momentary blink at the ready. Oh, the value. The value's so strong. Okay, opponent plays a land. And here I was worried about, like, drawing cards. Opponent attacks for 3. We are not going to block. Opponent plays a Liliana's Elite and a Deranged Assistant. We blink Muldrifter. We draw Hydroid Krasis with all the mana in the universe. And a Sensor Splicer. Yeah, play a Forest. Cast a big old Hydroid Krasis. Hit him for 2 in the air. I should have attacked with Militia Bugler too, but we're going to dump Plains. Plains. Okay, opponent milled a card with Deranged Assistant to make colorless. They're going to flashback Forbidden Alchemy, presumably to make Liliana's Elite bigger. They hit practically nothing. They play a tap land. I think opponent is going to be real sad here in a moment. Play a Forest, go to combat, attack for 9 in the air, and we do it. We do it. Yeah, 3-0. Get 6 more booster packs. That's pretty awesome. I'm happy with that result. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will be calling the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed it there too. So if you did, please, if you're on YouTube, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined, and remember, you can follow me on Twitch. Same username, both websites. And I have a link to my Discord, ! Discord on Twitch. We'll get it to you, otherwise it should be in the YouTube description. If you like hanging out in Twitch chat, or it seems like fun to hang out in Twitch chat, you should definitely go there, because it's like Twitch chat every day of the week, and a little less crazy. But y'all are wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for tuning in, Dick Record. It was good to see you. And I'm going to go ahead and roll credits. time.